her toe, and if you wanna let her go, you bout to see this chopper blow. I run this shit just like a game, I can't stop now. I got the film, I just can't hang around all your lame. Just last week I just fucked your dame. Stacking another guap, let the body.
What's going on, everybody? Just to the end, and we're back with another Witcher recap and review. This one is going to be for season 1, episode 6. Rare Species, and spoiler warning if you have not seen the episode. Spoiler warning for all the episodes up until episode 6. We have 2 more episodes until the season finale, in which my prediction is that Ciri and Geralt will finally come together. Now, this episode, Rare Species, is adapted from one of the short stories from the 2 books that come before the main novel series of The Witcher. And that is called The Bounds of Reason, I believe. And let's start off right at the back with the more interesting storyline, I guess you could say, this episode, which was the series storyline. I actually enjoyed that one a little bit more than the main storyline, but that's just a little bit me. We're going to talk about the main storyline, but we're going to talk about the series one real quick. Of course, as we know, this does include a little time skip because everything that is going on has to do with the past. So let's just say that we will be coming into the main series storyline towards the end of the season by episode 8, I believe so. Definitely believe that is the case. But the series storyline, I enjoyed it. They end up finding out, of course, her and Dara, they end up realizing that, hey, this is not the real Mousesack. And then, of course, she gets abducted, blah, blah, blah. She escapes, gets abducted again. Then Dara comes back and escapes. They have a little friendship breakup thing. And for this foreseeable future, I'm guessing Dara returns with the Dryads up in that enchanted forest. And that's it for Dara. So, I guess my prediction that Dara would die is incorrect. But for the most part, my prediction was that he's gonna be gone. So, I was partially correct. I was correct in the sense that what I meant to say is that he's going to be gone, but he's not dead, so we may see him come back eventually, and there. It was a nice little tidbit that you had the little silver thing that, you know, silver does harm the monsters in the world of The Witcher. That is kind of like their kryptonite, or they're kind of like, you know, just think that, you know, guess that kills them, their weakness. Now moving on to the main storyline, the title of this episode was Rare Species. That corresponds with what we find out, that the character that Geralt has been traveling with, I forget his name, Bor or something like that, he ends up being, of course, a golden dragon, one of the rarest kind, blah, blah, blah. And I know this is probably like a CGI thing, but the dragons, the monsters in the series in general just didn't look good. But I don't know if it's because I'm used to Game of Thrones or whatnot, but like, come on, could have done a little bit better on the dragon, because the dragon looked, yikes, it just looked more like a lizard, just looked like an overgrown lizard with wings, which is what a dragon is. But I didn't like it. But anyway, so we find that Geralt is, you know, agrees to join this Bor character in, you know, tracking down the dragon, a green dragon, because there are 4 types of dragons apparently. There's green, that is most common. Rare is next. Black is extremely rare, and the golden one is just near mythological at this point, just almost completely 1 in a million. As Geralt was saying, it's a freak accident that needs to happen, that kind of thing. And he was basically saying that, hey, nothing like that can just happen as an accident. And yeah, that kind of thing. So, moving on, we have, of course, my favorite comic relief character, Dandelion, or Jaskier, in the show. We have Yennefer, who was with some weird Disney prince for honor and freedom, blah, 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 that kind of, your stereotypical knight. We have dwarves here, that was interesting, and we have reavers. Those are the 4 different groups that we have. The dwarves and Geralt's group, they join forces, and they know that ooh, they know that when they get to the top, it's going to be free for all. But until they get to the top, they agree to help each other out, and, you know, camaraderie, that kind of stuff, all that bullshit. But yeah, the Reavers, they end up. Well, it's supposed that they are the ones that end up killing one of the little Prince Knight character, Disney Prince Knight character, while he was taking a shit. So pulled a Tyrion Lannister and killed Tywin Lannister while he was taking a shit. Another Game of Thrones reference. My bad. And after that, Yennefer ends up joining with Geralt and company. For some reason, the dragon guy, Bor, yeah, he has 2 Dora Milaje, which is really cool. That was pretty interesting. I was like, yo, he's got 2 badass warriors. And they were calling him, he is the most beautiful. And I'm just like, oh, what's going on? So I'm guessing, I don't know, this is my hypothesis, but since he jumped down first, he either turned into a dragon and caught them, or they too are also dragons, from which I think will be badass. Because, I'm just saying. A lot of badass black women in the show, by the way. I'm just saying. Not that I have a problem with that. All the power to the sisters. But just a little something to point out there. This episode focused more on the relationship between Geralt and Yennefer, and kind of Geralt and Jaskier, aka Dandelion. Moving on, this establishes the relationship. Moving on, we find out that yes, in fact, his wish was, that they be bound together by love, but only to save her life. She doesn't really understand that, and he's in love with her, and I don't want to say he hates the fact. Well, I'm gonna just use my own personal experience. He doesn't necessarily hate that he's in love with her, but he's in love with her, and then she ends up leaving, but he still loves her, and so with that, he hates that he's still in love with her, and he's leaving, and he kind of blames it on Jaskier just a little bit, because if it wasn't for Jaskier, then the Law of Surprise wouldn't have been a thing, and if it wasn't for the Law of Surprise being a thing, it wouldn't have to do with Ciri, and he probably wouldn't have to meet with Yennefer because he got hurt, and the djinn and all that good stuff. All that thing happened. It wasn't, you can argue that it was Jaskier's fault, but you can also argue that, hey, it was destiny, so if it really was destiny, then it might have come to fruition, whether it was with the involvement of Jaskier or not. But yeah, he's in love with her. They had the nice little sweet moment in the little tent that she has. It looks tiny on the outside, but of course, due to magic, it's huge on the inside. They had the little moment. He's like, oh, when I'm with you, I say more to you in 5 minutes than I say in 5 weeks or 5 months or 5 days or so. It's an extended period of time, which I relate to, because been in that situation where you meet a girl and you end up falling for that girl, and you end up saying more to her in 2 minutes than you would say in a day. That's my personal experience, that kind of thing. Also, we get the little reference of lilac and gooseberries, that he's like, oh, that scent is so intoxicating, blah, 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 blah. They had the nice little moment. It's sweet little thing, which of course, it's going to go down to shit. So yeah, when she finds out that she can't have kids, the dragon thing because she was trying to kill the dragon so she can, make a potion with magical property with the dragon blood, he tells her right off the bat, yeah, that's not going to happen. He kind of sums it up. He's like, yo, I ain't going to hold you, but I ain't going to cap, but you're never going to have kids anymore. And there's nothing you can really do about it on my part. Dragon's blood ain't gonna help you, so you're never gonna be able to, get this back. And Geralt, you're gonna lose her. And she's like, yeah, he already lost me, blah, blah, because she found out. And, she felt like the choice was taken away from her, blah, blah, all that good stuff. But all in all, I think it was a solid episode. Because they have a lower budget, because this is a first season, I'm gonna say that's the excuse for why the dragons look like shite. But, of course, I can't really hold them for that. Everyone has their own depiction of how dragons look. I'm just used to I just assume that the Game of Thrones one would be the standard, but of course it's not. These dragons, they look like the Game of Thrones dragons, but if they hadn't eaten for days and they shrunk. Yeah. Another amazing fight scene. I enjoyed that. The fight scene was great. The little kiss and like, that was really cool. I like how she froze the dwarves in place and then she did her thing, and then like it wasn't until like after the dwarves were like, oh shit, we missed the whole thing. But you know, they were rewarded with, you know, the dragon teeth and proof that, you know, the dragon was killed, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. R.I.P. for Bor's wife, the dragon. She died. But he is having a baby, so that is also good. Also, kind of bad what they did. They just left Jaskier to fend for himself until he was just asleep, and then he wakes up and he's like, oh shit, where's everybody at? And then he finds out and he's like, dang, I missed the whole thing. So there's that. But we'll definitely see more of Jaskier. I'll definitely see more. I hope we see more of the dwarves just in passing here and there. We'll definitely have a reunion between Yennefer and Geralt, maybe before the season is end. I'm pretty sure we will find something like that. Of course, my theory is that Ciri and Geralt, their storyline, their timeline will finally converge on the season finale. Maybe like in the last, maybe most likely in the last season, the last minutes of the last season. And they're like, oh my god, it's you. Oh my god, blah, blah. Again, we get another reference to the Law of Surprise. That kind of stuff. So, yeah, all in all, pretty solid episode. I'm not going to give it a 5 out of 5 because it wasn't really, you know, wasn't crazy. But I'll give it a 4.3 out of 5. So, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. But, yeah, what did you guys think? Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. If you enjoyed my reaction, if you enjoyed my recap and review, you can hit the like button, subscribe, and share. If you did not, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But you can hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And let me know how I can improve for you guys. If you'd like to support the channel, be sure to head over to patreon.com/jointotheend. I have a Twitch. I'm pointing at something that you guys can't even see. But I have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/jointotheend. Go check that out. Got some Jedi Fallen Order clips up there. Maybe streaming soon once I get over all this Witcher thing. And yeah, and I have a few videos I'm ready planned out. So in the coming days, we will definitely have more and more videos. Got more and more content coming up for you guys. So stick around for that. Share this with your family and friends. Be sure to let's get that subscriber count coming up. Let's get the like counting going up as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Boom!
Niggas be bugging, nickname is Downer cause these niggas decking. Got 14 days, my nigga a Fortnite. Guns that you blast, still only on Fortnite. Chopper gon' grind you niggas like port runs. Ho call me Batman, nigga the Dark Knight.